So here's another thing. If I ever actually make a formal video on this topic, as far as one thing I'm going to bring up that I've never heard anybody talk about is, as someone who obviously has some credibility in the juicing community, if you're watching, obviously I've earned some credibility there. Do we really think it's good that a given league mechanic, that the motivation for doing a given league mechanic, whatever that league mechanic is, do we really believe that it's a good thing when the vast majority of our motivation for doing that league mechanic is to simply juice the map and just get more raw drops? Because in my opinion, it's not. So in my opinion, league mechanics really ought to be done for their reward, at least in tangent. It's fine if currency and if quantity and juicing is part of the strategy. That's all good and well, but it should be in tangent with the league mechanic. So a perfect example of what I'm talking about is Alva. So like MP and Snap and their big group, their huge strategy involved Alva, juicing Alva. Now I haven't watched enough of their videos to know this for sure, but do you think they are spec'd into Alva nodes on the Atlas tree? This one, yes. Time dilation, yes. Are they spec'd into contested development? Are they spec'd into resource reallocation? Are they spec'd into Val Oligarchs or any of the others? Are they actually doing the league mechanic for like its intended purpose, which is to build a temple? Because doing Alva and literally like not even so much as reading the text in it to see which rooms you're opening and closing strikes me as poor game design. Now we could argue about whether they should buff Alva temples or nerf the juicing aspect from it, where the balance is struck in there. But anyway, for it to be so lopsided in favor of juicing, I think it's kind of dumb. Abyss is terribly egregious in this regard as well. So Abyss, nobody does Abyss for Abyss rewards. Is MP and Snap in their group, are they opening the chest and getting the jewel that comes out of it? The Abyss chest? Are they going into the Abyssal Depths and clearing all of that to get the Sticky Vice at the end and the loot that drops from there? No, they're not doing that. They're doing Abyss 100% purely for the juicing synergies there. 100%. Not 90, not 99%, 100%. Not even 1% of the motivation for picking Abyss has anything to do with Abyss-specific league rewards. I think that's terrible game design. And I like the fact, I may not agree entirely with the balancing act that's going on right now, but I like the fact that they are potentially changing the game so that if you're going to do a league mechanic, you're more motivated to do that league mechanic for its specific rewards. I do like that. I like that direction in the game. And that's the kind of like the snarky comment I hear from a lot of them. They're like, well, I guess you're just not going to do any league mechanics unless it's just for the league mechanic rewards. Like, oh, I get, well, okay. Do league mechanics for league mechanic rewards then. Like, that's a good reason to do it. Juicing and everything is something that can be done in tangent. It doesn't have to be like this all-encompassing strategy where you just pour literally all of your chips into that bag and say, this is our strategy. It doesn't have to be that way. Again, you can adapt to the game or whatever. I like Legion. I think Legion is a very well-balanced mechanic because Legion is okay for juicing, but it's definitely not one of the best. As they mentioned in Snap's video, Breach is better and Abyss is better, so they don't choose Legion. But it's still okay. And Legion is actually really nice. I feel, like even in my high currency earning strategy, that a sizable portion of the currency I make in a juicing strategy is actually Legion-specific rewards, like the splinters and the emblems primarily, as well as the incubators playing a big part in that as well, and just general chest rewards. So I think Legion is a great mechanic, and I would like to see more league mechanics oriented towards, having whatever sort of juicing general rewards are shared among the strategy, for the actual league-specific rewards to, if not overshadow that, at least be a sizable portion of it. The fact that I farm Crimson Temple and like literally half of the currency that I earn in the strategy comes from one drop is kind of stupid, in my opinion. It's not good game design. It's cool, I guess, but it's not very good game design. Like, things should be evened out a little bit more. It's exciting to have a card that's worth a lot. It shouldn't be worth half of the entire strategy that I'm making. That's not good. I felt like the game lost some of its balance whenever the Mage Blood card came out, because before we was farming Cemetery for the Brother's Stash. The Brother's Stash it is a significant portion of the currency made in that strategy, but it's nowhere near half. It's nowhere near half. It's maybe like a quarter at the most. Probably only like 15 or 20% of all the currency I would normally make a strategy, especially if I put Legion on there too. Definitely lower than like 15%. But yeah, to have this card, like the Mage Blood card, the Apothecary card, be like literally half of the entire. And you know, and what I mean by that, it's not so terrible that the card is worth so much. What's terrible is that, you know, I'm putting like all these league mechanics on the map, and like delirium mirrors or whatever. You know, I add the total sum of all the delirium orbs I get, all the simulacrums I get, all of the scarabs I get from Strongbox, all of the splinters I get from Legion, all of the splinters I get from breaches, all of that, and it utterly pales in comparison to the value of that one card. What is that? Like, so either those league mechanics are nowhere near rewarding enough, or that card is way too expensive, and they should just somehow rebalance the game so it's just not worth nearly that much. There would be a variety of ways to do that. They could, obviously the worst thing they could do is just make it drop literally everywhere, or like make it a common drop. What they could do is they need to make the drop way more rare, I guess. Or what would have been a lot smarter is to, I guess it's on the part of the creator of the card to make this call, but I wish that card didn't have a max of 5. That's stupid. Even a max of 8 for the Doctor card is pretty dumb. You know, we have Imperial Legacy. It's like 21 card turn-in. A Mage Blood deserves something like that. It deserves like 21. It deserves to take 21 cards to turn it in. You know, if you're going to have a divination card on it, it should have a huge number required to turn in. That would be a lot better balanced, for example.